In this video, we will look at some steps that can be taken to improve the performance of an Agile team. It is the role of the project leader to recognize when a team isn't performing up to snuff. It is then up to the leader to implement the necessary strategies to boost team performance. One of the ways to do this is to set high performance and technical expectations as a benchmark. Simply refusing to accept anything but the best from the team is required. Most people will generally rise to the occasion of these expectations, but you may need to provide a little extra nudge to some to ensure that they are functioning at optimum capacity. This involves removing any obstacles that could hinder the delivery of a finished and usable product by the end of each iteration. Another strategy includes recognizing individual efforts and contributions. Individuals working in Agile teams need to know that the work that they are doing is meaningful and worthwhile. This is because most Agile teams are driven by a quest for knowledge and success. Providing a little recognition during product demonstration can certainly go a long way to making them feel recognized and providing a valuable contribution. Another way to improve in performance is to quickly identify problems so that they can then equally as quickly be resolved. This is advantageous to improving the team performance as it removes and reduces waste. Ensuring team members are energized is yet another useful strategy. We'll delve into this a little deeper in a few minutes, but first let's look at some of the possible obstacles that challenge a team's performance. The product owner is responsible for ensuring that the product log is adequate and kept up to date. A properly maintained product backlog increases a team's productivity because it makes it unnecessary for the team to wait for further clarification and to ensure that it isn't or doesn't waste time developing unnecessary product features. Poor engineering practices can lead to a team's failure to release a functioning product by the end of an iteration. Poor engineering practices are also seen when there is a lack of collaboration among the developers, or when the team has failed to incorporate customer reviews and feedback this is just to name a few. Multitasking, or working on more than one project or a task at a time, is often thought as a way of maximizing efficiency. Well, that's not the case in Agile. It is accepted that multitasking actually reduces productivity. This is because it takes time and effort to shift between subject matter and different technologies. Using an Agile approach, a team focuses on a small set of tasks at one time. For an Agile team to be highly productive, its members have to be able to identify and fix problems quickly. Various obstacles can prevent this. For example, team members who work in isolation and fail to communicate with one another. They may fail to see a project as an integrated whole. This can lead to the failure to synchronize their efforts properly, which would lead to project failure. If a team member thinks it's acceptable to tolerate and ignore defects, delays are probable and the project may fail. Research has shown that development teams that identify and fix bugs within the same day can double its velocity. A project leader may be tempted to fall back on the traditional role of a project leader and try to solve every problem that the team encounters. Being in an Agile environment, however, it is important to remember to let the team solve its own problems. This encourages commitment and accountability. Although we have said that team members should resolve their own problems, they are self-disciplining and self-organizing, there are still many other areas where a project leader will need to take responsibilities. Things like handling problems that affect the project schedule. Addressing resource requirements such as human resources, trainers, consultants, contract workers. This too is very important for the project leader to look after to ensure that there are no impediments in the project. The project leader has to be very aware of any changes in the project's direction, and if so, needs to ensure to communicate such. Difficulties affecting a project are that of a project leader. They need to ensure that the proper funding is in place to ensure that the team can go about their business without worrying about matters such as funding. Another strategy for improving teams' performance is to ensure that the team members are energized. To remain energized, team members need to maintain the proper work-life balance. Occasionally, team members may be required to work overtime to make a deadline, but a need for regular overtime indicates something different, such as poor time management. And this should be monitored and evaluated. Otherwise, extended overtime could lead to burnout, increased staff turnover, and a reduced in quality of work. Nutrition is an important aspect of health. Eating healthy snacks instead of junk food throughout the day, which is sometimes easier said than done, will help keep your energy levels high. Team members should be encouraged to take regular breaks, alone or together with the team, but most certainly away from their desks. You can also help a team maintain focus and energy by ensuring its members aren't exposed to unnecessary distractions, such as emails. You don't want to have the team CC'd on every email that is exchanged amongst stakeholders. Phone calls can certainly disrupt the task that they are working on. Having them attend too many meetings that aren't necessary. And of course, organizational politics, which happens in many organizations. Try not to have the team wrapped up in such things. In this video, we discuss strategies to improve the Agile team's performance.